Okay guys, the day's progressing well. We've just skinned a squirrel. Dinner's going to be served shortly. We've stopped and going to speak to one of the instructors here from NI Survival. I'm going to speak to Andy just about the super shelter that's being built, how it works and why they've gone with this choice of shelter for tonight.
Are you going to say action?
Action!
Hello, it's me Andy from NI Survival Skin. Right, here we have a super shelter.
What makes it so super?
Invented by the famous Mors Kochanski.
Well, that's braving.
Yeah, that makes it super in
Yeah.
itself. But what it does is it takes advantage of a number of laws of physics. So basically what we're making the most of is radiated heat here, okay? A fire will be placed here in front of the shelter. This thin polythene will be down in front of the shelter, okay? And the heat from the fire will radiate through that polythene, okay? So they'll not get any smoke or ash or anything like that, hopefully. And basically the heat will then be trapped in there. The heat rays will bounce around, and if you look up at the roof here, we have a mylar blanket. Alright? Basically what that does is any heat, as we know, heat rises, it hits the mylar and it comes back down. It'll be bouncing around in here. Basically it just improves the thermal efficiency of the shelter. Alright? If it was a sunny day, if we had any sun, this acts actually like a greenhouse. The radiated heat from the sun would pass through here and warm this shelter, warm the air, okay? And the air, because it can't really get out, it'll just rotate within the shelter. Now the two guys here who are sleeping in these beds, they haven't got their beds high enough. It should be a lot higher than this. You should really be able to sit up in it, okay? Cold air sinks, as we know, so they're kind of sleeping in the cold well here. They want to be up where the air is hot, alright? They haven't done that. We also are missing a piece of breathable fabric here somewhere within the kind of wall of the shelter, and that allows the airflow then, prevents condensation and things like that, okay? But I think these guys are going to be okay. They're only sleeping in it for the night, and to be honest, the more mistakes that are made, the more they'll learn. With one of these, a packet like that, a bit of masking tape and a mylar blanket, you can have a shelter for 2 or 3 people, maybe even 4 people, okay? They can also heat it with little tea light candles, those candles that burn for 4.5 hours. Each one of those gives out quite a lot of heat over that 4.5 hours, alright? If you have a few of those going in here, it'll be heating the air in here constantly, alright? And it'll be surprisingly warm. They could be sitting in here in their t-shirt in 0 degrees, alright? Once that fire's lit, it's only going to be a small fire. They've built a wall around it to improve the efficiency, and any heat radiating from that will hopefully bounce off the walls at the back, come into the shelter and keep them warm. And that's the theory behind it. So we should really come back in the morning and see how they get on.
Or in the middle of the night.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Absolutely. But at least it's stopping the wind,
Yeah.
it's stopping the rain, and it's trapping the heat. And that, I mean, if you can do those 3 things, you've got a fantastic shelter.
Okay, the things we do for YouTube, guys. We've turned the super shelter into a sweat lodge, and they're getting naked. Drop the door before the heat gets out. So, boys, take your clothes off. It's YouTube.
I'm getting on chains.
Andy, why is this now? Why is this now a sauna and not for shelter? There's a. Okay, I apologise if there's any language that's not normally expected from my channel, but we've got 2 semi-naked, almost naked men in a super shelter, turning it into a sauna. Let's join the fun.
Steam in there, boys. I'm going to bring you over another rock.
So, Paul, Andy, what exactly have you got going on in this course?
Absolutely, well, you never know. This is now the shelter will repute.
Lots of strange things going on in this course this weekend, so there is.
Brocabacca Fountain.
How are we doing, guys?
I forgot him.
Yeah.
Leisurely moans coming from
See
inside.
the steam coming out? Are you starting to sweat yet?
It's good for the paws.
Absolutely.
The thing
Keep
being
topping it
is,
up, keep topping it up, lads.
remember when you come out, you're going straight out across into the water, which is over on the far side, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a quick dash for you.
Just roll over and dive into it.
I can't see.
Well, that's the whole point.
So the guys heated rocks up in the fire.
Look here, come here. It's pretty safe.
Why did you make us have candles last night and not tell us about this? Better than candles.
The guys heated up rocks in the fire,
Just shout when
took
you
them
need
in
another
with
rock.
fresh boughs into the super
You need more
shelter.
water?
They've placed them down, they've got a jar of water there and they're just dribbling it on, and they've got basically a sauna in the woods for two naked men to enjoy.
I know one tell me to bring
What can I say?